Okay, so where we stopped was on the craving, and the food is the source of craving. Don't forget that with food, craving comes, without food, craving doesn't come. And food doesn't mean eating, it's just a fuel. So don't forget there are four kinds of fuel. One is the solid food, second one is the contact, third one is mental intention, and the fourth one we have conscious. We have covered consciousness sufficiently. I don't think so. Again, I have to cover about consciousness. So with that, let's proceed further. So the question asked here is Tanha chayam bhikave kim nidana kim samudaya kim jatika kim pabhava. He says Tanha vedana nidana vedana samudaya vedana jatika vedana pabhava. Is that right? What does? So the question being asked is that what is the origin of craving? Why do you crave? Food is a source for craving, but as such, what is the origin of craving? Why does craving come in the first place? And the answer is feeling. Okay. So, feeling is the origin. Feeling is the samudaya, origin and source. And feeling is the jatika, which means birth. And its prabhava is the effect on which we try to get something. Now the question comes, what is feeling? Now in the sutta, it is widely represented as pleasant, unpleasant, and neither pleasant nor unpleasant. That's what is called as feeling. But we should go deeper into it to understand what really is a feeling. If I see somebody, there is a contact. Okay, so phassa ahara. So as soon as there is a contact, there is going to be a feeling. Feeling of known person or a feeling of unknown person. Feeling of a known object or an unknown object. Something of that is still a feeling. So when the object is not known, it is neither pleasant nor unpleasant. When the object is known, it is pleasant. If the object is not liking, then it becomes unpleasant. Example. Now, 2 weeks ago, or rather from 1st of May, we had Ashwin coming in and then all the other people coming in from 16th of May. Okay. There was a contact of A with B. Meaning, these people who wanted to come from far, they got a feeling that if they come here, they will learn something and they will be much better. That is still a feeling. Right? So when they come here, they have that expectation. And expectation is the cause of misery. So let's say I have an expectation and they have an expectation. Their expectation is totally different than my expectation. And my expectation is totally different than their expectation. And each expectation has a different kind of feeling. Let's say I expect them to be like this and they're like that, or they expect me to be like this and they're like that, or I'm like that. So initially, it would be a neutral feeling, meaning when they arrived in the train or by flight, then they had a neutral feeling. But when they saw me, they had a pleasant feeling. And as we started working out, if it works out the way they think it should work out, there's a pleasant feeling. If whatever they are working and it doesn't get them what they expecting it to be, then they have an unpleasant feeling. That's what feeling is, and that's craving. Basically, you want what you want. So either you will push that which is not working and you'll try to take something which is working and wanting it all the time. Let's say somebody got into 8 jhana in that group and that person is explaining those jhanas. So what's going to happen? That person starts to feel, no, that other people starts to feel they should also get into the 8 jhana. Now that is an expectation. That's natural, but still an expectation. Will it ever happen? Craving will never make it happen. Then what is that we can do? You can have chanda, but you can't have tanha. So start with chanda and you crave for realization, but drop the craving while you're doing it. It's a very tricky thing, but that's how it should be done. So if I'm looking at 9 jhana or 8 jhana, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it's not about craving for it. If I crave, it doesn't work. Let's say I sit now, close my eyes, watching the breath, and I want perfect attention of 1 hour to watch the breath. Somebody calls me. I will feel at this time they want to call me when I am meditating. So I get irritated. It's craving because of the feeling. I'm feeling that he should not call me because nobody should call me. Then I remember that I did not put it on silent mode. So I put it on silent mode. But then I remember something to be done, which I'd forgotten totally. So then I start doing it. And after that, somebody calls me. And then he says, look, I've been calling you for the last 6, 7 times now. Then I remember I put it on silent mode. Now I put it back to the normal mode. Then I start working or doing whatever I was doing. Because the feeling robbed my meditation. Because that feeling created craving. Now, what does that mean? I've read in books like Mind Illuminated, that it will be like this. You have a peripheral awareness, you have this awareness, you do this, you do that. So I crave for that because of the feeling. I'm getting a feeling that this is something I need to get. So it creates craving. So now there is ahara for that, which is the book. The fuel is the book. So there is an imagination in the mind on what I should accomplish. So all my effort is going in that. There is a neutral feeling to begin with. As I start reading Chuladasa's book, I start to feel, please mark, start to feel good, not good, neutral. If I'm able to connect with that book, I feel worth it. If I'm not able to connect with the book, I feel not worth it. And if I feel that book is real, meaning that's the only book, it is delusive. So, neutral. Same way, Goenka technique. You get whatever he's saying there, Dhara Prava, then that is free flow, then the Bhanga, dissolution. There is Raga, craving, will come along with that Tanha. Because working, the feeling what I got is pleasant. So what I do, I book for another retreat. Why did I do it? I'm craving for the same feeling. Now what I do, I expect that this time it will be far better than the first time. I go to the retreat. It may or may not come. So I have a dukkha vedana. So I feel that I'm missing something. So I book the third one. Then little bit works. Then I book the fourth one. Like that. Then I do a 20-day retreat. Then I do a 30-day retreat. And then I do a 45-day retreat. Then I do a 60-day retreat. If I were to compare all the six of all those of them, it's nothing but craving. There's nothing else I've done except for craving. But craving is the one which will not get you into Nibbana. So then the question comes, shouldn't I then go to retreat? No. What do you mean no? Don't enter the retreat, irrespective whether you go into the retreat or not. Don't make a nimitta. That's what we are going to come up with this Patisamutpada. What you are doing now is to understand the Tanha, Maha Tanha Sankhya Sutta. Right? So we are understanding the Sankhya, adding up. So the first time itself when you go, you know what it is, cut it out. Otherwise, craving will happen due to feeling. What did I feel? Yeah, let's take my own case. Day one or day zero. What happened? Interview followed, registration followed by interview, followed by promise to remain silent for the next 9 days, along with the 5 precepts, and getting ready for the next day. Okay. Next day, watching the breath at the entrance of the nostril and making it sharp and sharp for the next 3 days. Okay. Then on the 4th day, afternoon onwards, you are introduced to the body scanning. Okay. Then on the 10th day, you get metta. Okay. In between, there is this free flow. In between, there is this bhanga and all that. Okay. If I don't have any feeling whatsoever, then will there be any craving? And the answer is no. So, what feeds craving? It's the feeling. So, should I feel I'm in VRI? No. Should I feel I'm following Goenka? No. Then are you saying, should I not feel I'm following Buddha Dhamma? No. You should only follow the Dhamma. It's Dhamma, nature, which was discovered by Buddha. It's just to say it's a Buddha Dhamma. That's it. Because he found it. It's just like Einstein finding about theory of relativity. So we just put who found it. We say Einstein's theory of relativity. That doesn't mean that Einstein is relativity. No. Relativity was always there. It was discovered by Einstein. That's it. It's not that without Einstein, there wouldn't have anything called as relativity. There was, but nobody had gone so deep into it to find out this is called relativity. It was accepted as a paper when he presented, and everybody said, yes, this was missed out. We appreciate. So they gave him a Nobel Prize for the theory of relativity, which is a guiding principle. It was there. It will be there, whether somebody is there or not. Somebody accepts it or not. The theory of relativity is going to be there. In the same way, law of thermodynamics, same thing. In the same way, quantum mechanics, we can say whatever we want, but the nature, it is there. Maybe we have not discovered it. So we discovered. In the same way, Gautama found out this Patisamutpada, which was there. He only discovered it, which is the best thing. It answers every question we have. Why this comes to be, why doesn't that come to be? It answers. That doesn't mean it is Buddha's Dhamma. It is Dhamma, but found by Buddha. So we can say that it is Buddha Dhamma. Just to say, so who found it out? Just like Apple, iPhone, or whatever. We can say it was found by Steve Jobs because he was the pioneer in making something like an iPod. So to say, he found out a way of making music far reachable than the usual CD and cassette. So he made it a fantastic situation both for the production houses like EMI to so many of these music studios to publish their copyrighted products on this iPod, and for a consumer he doesn't have to do anything except for paying for it and listening to it. So as the iPod sales increased, so the music companies started getting more and more revenue. So it was a win-win situation for both for the consumer and for the music studios. So they had far better audience than the usual CD-ROM, and the printing cost and everything came down. Now it was digital. So now we can say that Steve Jobs, if not for him, this revolution wouldn't have happened. And that's a fact. Whether it's iPod or iPad or iPhone or whatever he created, it was with resistance, but then it was something phenomenal, which the market had not even seen it. Then what happened? Everybody had to go towards touch-based systems. Then what happened? Nokia, which was pioneer in mobile, had to eat their own salt because they did not innovate. We can say that Steve Jobs literally took out the market. In the same way, when Buddha came, there were a lot of assumptions made on what is reality. Some people said reality is this way, some people said reality is that way, some people said reality is mixed, some people said we can't understand the reality, there's nothing, there's no one anybody can do, etc. But then Gautama stood out and he said, this is how reality is. This is how it works. And it was quite extraordinary because they found out anything has will and has to go through dependent origination and you cannot skip it. It's not about believing or disbelieving. It's there. So is that Dhamma? Yes. That's the nature of anything. It's just to arise and pass away. And while it arises and passes away, if there is a consciousness, it experiences. And it experiences pain, it experiences pleasure, it experiences something called neutral. And as it experiences pain, it recognizes this is pain. And as it experiences pleasure, it recognizes this is pleasure. And as it experiences neither pleasure nor pain, it recognizes this is neither pleasant and nor non-pleasant. But it goes behind that pleasant feeling, what it has got, or an experience, what it has got, and wanting it to remain as it is. So it does something to get there. But nature is to arise and perish. That's a nature. It's not whether I like it or I don't like it. So the craving is to keep it in a consistent shape, consistent way. Whether it's a relationship, whether this or that or whatever it is. And I crave because of the food what I'm giving. So there's a phassa, contact, and that creates feeling. And that feeds on, and hence there is craving. Clear? Now, whether it is this tradition or that tradition, this way or that way, it's just a feeling. So if I say vipassana, it's just a feeling. Vipassana of who? Then the next question comes. This is vipassana of Goenka and Ubaki. I don't follow that. Then another person asks, what kind of vipassana do you follow then? Then I say, I follow Paok tradition. Paok, okay, that is also Burmese tradition. Isn't that the feeling? Yes, it is. Because there's a contact, the feeling. So what feeling am I getting? With Paok, if I'm getting whatever they are saying, I say, it's very good. You should do it. But if I am totally attached to Goenka technique, I'll say no. Why? Because it doesn't make sense to me. Because I'm craving for whatever I have achieved. That feeling, I won't let it go. So what happens? I run for a retreat. Why do I do that? Because it cannot be done in home. Who says so? I say so. Because I'm not getting it. So what do? I take my car, drive hundreds of miles, thinking that that's a place I'm going to get. But when I get there, it's just a place. There's no one there. So then what happens? I'm just craving for that feeling what I got in the retreat, first retreat. Because why did I get in the first retreat? Because there was no expectation. I don't know how it works. So everyone who goes to the first retreat will get something or the other. But as they start going again and again and again and again, the law of diminishing returns will start to work. So the first time you went, you got something. The second time you go, you get little lesser than the first time. And then the third time is even more lesser than the second time. And fourth time and fifth time, sixth time. But unless you have craving, you feel you're missing something. And then you go. Again 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 you go. Because you just want to meet that first time what happened. So the dopamine effect which happened on the first ounce of this cannot be achieved at all. So there is craving. So I will feel I am missing something. So what do? I asked the assistant teacher that when I did this, it didn't work. What should I do? And that assistant teacher normally will say, watch that only, which makes my pain even more worse. Because I'm already watching. I want to know what will come. Just like last 2 weeks back, people were asking me, after this, what? So, what is that I can do? I said, just do this. But the mind is craving for the next thing. So, what happens? That feeling is not coming. So, when that feeling doesn't come, what will I do? Do something to get that feeling. But it is not coming. Then the only thing that can work out for me is to cry or to get upset. The moment I get upset, I have created what kind of feeling? Dukkha, so suffering. Now, which suffering will I get? Whatever I want to get? The answer is no. So the craving is to push out this unpleasant feeling. So last week when people were there were some tears. Why was it? It was because of expectation, nothing else. The people who came here, they came up with a load of expectation. So what does it do? It makes it feel niche. meaning unchanging. And even though we would just keep on saying anicca, 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 in real sense, nobody agrees with that anicca. Right? Because the mind wants the next thing. I have done till here. What next I need to do? So, what the Burmese tradition did is to say, just watch that feeling. Which is good way of saying, just continue whatever you're doing. But I want to know what next is going to happen. Nothing. Nothing. I came here to hear nothing. It's again dukkha vedana. The craving for something. What is that something? Nibbana. So then I read about Nibbana. Nibbana is something. This. And I want it. I want to pocket it and go, I attained Nibbana. But no matter how much Buddha had to say, Anutpada, don't create. Anutpada. Anutpada. Utpada is to generate. Anutpada means don't generate anything at all. And the very moment Nibbana will take over, not that you will enter into Nibbana, it's the other way around. That the Nibbana will take over you because there is no you. If somebody asks that, Vilas, have you experienced Nibbana? The only answer I can give is yes. But like we ask me, how was Nibbana? Then I have to answer to him, my dear friend, you have asked a question which is beyond questioning. Because I have to exist to experience Nibbana. When the I is not there, what is that I can explain to you? Like the other day, I was explaining to Ravindra, that was literal Nibbanic experience. So I was telling him how this is happening. And it remained. In today morning, it's been there from the morning. Now, if you want me to explain to you how it is there, nothing that I can do. I can only say, yeah, it's there, but it's not there. So, how is that feeling? I would say there is no feeling. How can there be a state where there's no feeling? Yeah, there is absolutely no feeling. Which means adukka sukha vedana, you mean to say no. Then what is that feeling? That feeling is no feeling. Because there is no craving. So craving and feeling go in round. You cut craving. There is no feeling, or there is no feeling, and hence there is no craving. So the food itself is not there. You mean to say, yes. But you just now ate? Yes, I had breakfast. Absolutely agree. But there is no phassa ahara. There is no mano sanchetana ahara. There is no vinyana ahara. So hence, there's extreme peace. How do you get it? No, you can't get it. You have to leave it. Don't get it. So don't get into feeling. Don't get into feeling. How? That's the next, which is don't get into contact. Because with contact comes feeling. With feeling comes craving. With craving comes becoming. With becoming into birth, rebirth. With rebirth, like that. So if the contact were to be removed in the sense and the sense object, will there be anything called as a feeling? So that means if you are having Indriya Sambara, can you have a feeling? No, absolutely not. Why? Because you have cut out the contact between the senses object. So can you crave for a sense object? No. So when you can't crave for a sense object, then what is the point in having senses? Absolutely no point. And that's the end of suffering. That is it. You've ended the journey of six senses. No conscious clinging. Okay. This is the one, this is the breaking point between the craving and feeling and contact. Contact, feeling, craving. So what are we trying to understand? To look at craving on one side, feeling on the other side, contact on the other, which makes the feeling and craving to take shape. Let's say, as an example, the walk what I had near Aryu's home is a nice pathway, not the road. As we go down the road, there's a nice pathway where people cycle and they just keep on going. And it takes to Google and some other places. Isn't it extraordinary to see? Yes, it is. Isn't that giving me a good feeling? Yes, it is. But then the wisdom says that if you go behind this feeling, it will come to an end. When? When you return back home. That's it. Return back to Bangalore? No, even to your own home. Let's say I was staying in Mountain View or I was staying in Sunnyvale itself. Doesn't matter. Once you go back home, you lose all of it. Can't you see it? Yes, but I want the feeling back. So what would I do? I will go again. Please. But guess what? I am not getting that feeling today, which I had got yesterday. Why so? Because it has a nature of law of diminishing returns. If you keep on doing the same thing again and again, instead of getting, you start losing it. So in economics, they use this theory of diminishing returns. When you create a product in the market, keep on giving the same product. Instead of getting more revenue, you start getting less revenue. So what do? You have to enhance something to it. And then it meets the criteria of doing something to it. And hence, law of marginal returns will not work. Otherwise, that law will work. So you have a diminishing returns. Same with dopamine. You eat the first time, or you have a coffee at the first time, or the boba tea for the first time. That taste is unmatched. But the second time you have the boba tea, you get slightly lesser than first time. And you have the tea for the third time, get lesser than the second. So you have to drink more boba tea to get to the first level of that experience. Because doing the same thing, the dopamine doesn't come. It doesn't release in the brain because it already knows that is it. What it does, you have to crave for it. And when you crave for it, you have to drink more boba tea to get the first time experience. So you become an addict because of the Vedana feeling which got due to craving. So without craving, can there be a feeling? No. So now what did we learn? That food is the source for craving and feeling is the source for, or craving is the source for feeling. So food and feeling goes together. Itself feeds itself. So the first time you get a feeling, you crave on that feeling through the food. It's a food. What do? I went to one mall. Now that's boring. Go to another mall. Even though it's just a mall, but still, it's craving. Oh, we went there, so we should go here. And then I went to this park. I had to go to another park. Why? Because this is boring now. Why is that? Because of law of diminishing returns. You will get diminished. The effect is lesser. First time. Okay, go to the same city. Boring. Let's say, Harry, in your case, you went to San Diego. You every day go to San Diego. Or every month, let's say, vacation to San Diego. What would you get? Or Hawaii, or Alaska, or whatever places. You wouldn't enjoy it any longer because there is no dopamine. Yeah, a familiar feeling. No dopamine. No rewarding. It's not rewarding. It's not enriching. So if I come back to San Francisco again and then to Mountain View, will I be interested in going to all of those malls again? Let's say I come for a 30-day to stay at you. I will be literally counting 30 days. What if I come for 6 months? There's nowhere to go. Then it looks normal. So there's no excitement. So what do? We go on a vacation. Why? Because boring. The same city as in San Francisco, you hit to New York, coast to coast, catching 2 flights or a 5.5 hour flight, a single flight of 6 hours from one coast to another coast. And do what? exactly the same thing what you did at home, but in a different city. So it gives you that dopamine effect because when you land in New York, JFK Airport, and you come out, you feel it's a new city, bustling. So then there I was taking tram in San Francisco. Now I am going by tube train. It's something different. So then I go to 21st Avenue and 22nd Avenue and this place and that place and then Hudson Bay, all that, and then Statue of Liberty. Then I go to Canada from there, let's say. Niagara, something amazing. But if I go every day to Niagara, would it be amazing? No, it's gone. The fun is gone. There's no longer any fun in seeing the same Niagara Falls. If my friend who has come from India and then I show him Niagara Falls, he's excited. But I'm not at all excited. I feel I was here just last week. Why is that? Because there is something to crave for. That feeling I want back. So where do I search? If not in Niagara, then it should be there somewhere. So where? Then somebody suggests me, why don't you go to Hoover's Dam? Excellent suggestion. Then I go to Hoover's. What do I find? That feeling which came when I saw Niagara. I'm enjoying it. But if I go again to Hoover's Dam, will I get that feeling? No. Somebody suggests, why don't you go to Colorado? Wow, Mountain View, Mountain High, Rocky Mountain High. So I put John Denver's music in the car and I go there. And what do I see? Nothing. After a few days in Colorado, then somebody suggested me, Vilas, why don't you go to Utah? As desert, Arizona and all that, you should see it. Okay. Then somebody suggested Grand Canyon. Okay. Then somebody suggested go to Las Vegas, Sin City. Okay. Then Los Angeles, Hollywood, this place, that place. Ultimately, what did I do? I went in search of the feeling. That is all I'm doing. The only thing I could have done is to let go of the feeling. Then what would have happened? I could have sat in Hoover Dam, completely lost in ninth jhana. Or why not that? Come back to this seat here and enter into nine jhanas. Don't have to fly anywhere. The same place. No feelings. So, no craving. And no craving, feeling. So, if the feeling is gone, does the perception bind you? So, if there is no perception and feeling, isn't that the end of it? That's it. So, should I run across the globe to enjoy and suffer? I don't think so. So, we had so many boba teas, and you are still having boba tea. And now Shenil is going to have a new boba tea next week. So, you all will be enjoying in Mountain View / Cupertino. I'm feeling that even I should be there. Just book the flight and come there. Anyway, I have visa. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, you wanted to say something.
I said, come.
Yeah, I'll just come there, come to San Francisco. You again pick me up and I'm at your home. Then we can meet Shaniel. And then in the end, what happens? Shaniel is going to take his flight and go back to Brisbane. And then you'll get back to work. And then what happens to me? I'm left high and dry. So then what do? Put on the memories, play the videos or the photographs. High and dry is nine jhana. No, this high and dry is no jhana. But the real high and dry is no high and dry. It is neither wet nor dry, nor anything else. In anything in between. That's what Buddha says to the Bahya. Na tena na tatta na ubhayam antare. If I take that word, what you're saying, high and dry, high is craving, dry is feeling. If I cut out both craving and feeling, done. So at present, I am also done because tomorrow we can take contact. Yes, Sergio.
So apparently this feeling comes primarily when you get new things, right? So could you say this feeling comes due to change? Something like that?
No, feeling comes due to association with something which will give you a unique taste. Like, the place I want to visit in America is Alaska. I've been dreaming of being in Anchorage. Okay? That feeling is the one which is driving me to fly from Bangalore to, let's say, Portland or to Seattle or even to San Francisco. And from there, take a flight, an hour flight or more to Anchorage. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I think seemingly the bigger the difference and change, the more, you will feel in this sense.
Yeah, in one sense, yes, but it's not really like that. It is just like what you've imagined that feeling to be. Like, if somebody says to me, Vilas, the only thing you should do in America is to be in Alaska or in Hawaii. Other places are just a place. So the New York is same, Florida is the same, and Atlanta, Georgia is the same. Washington district, same. So come to Midwest, Chicago, or to Illinois, or to Texas, or anywhere, or to Southwest. It's all the same, let's say. But unique is what? If I ask someone, what is unique? He would say, have you gone to Colorado? Why? You like mountains? Yes, I love mountains. So why do you go there? Excellent idea. Have you seen Grand Canyon? No, I've not seen Grand Canyon. So why don't you go there? Oh, yes. And that feeling which comes at that point, right, to go there. That feeling is where I'm going behind the feeling. The first time I get it, I have not seen it, I have not heard it, I have not tasted it, I have not touched it, I have not smelt it. So it comes. So the next time I go to Grand Canyon, it's life as usual. No fun. Same thing with Alaska, same thing with Hawaii, same thing with any other place, like Hollywood. Let's say somebody says you should visit Hollywood. You've been to America and not visited Hollywood. Strange. Say, yeah, you should go to Hollywood. Okay. Then I book a flight from Bangalore, same Air India flight to San Francisco, because if there is no direct flight to Los Angeles, get on in San Francisco, take a flight to Los Angeles. What do I get? It's just an airport. And then what do I do? Go to the hotel. Then what do I do? Take a cab and go to Hollywood. And then do what? I don't know. I went to Hollywood. So I stand and take a selfie, and I ask somebody to take a photo of me in Hollywood, in that whatever on the mountain it is written Hollywood. But just by going to Hollywood, whether I will stay in Hollywood is the question. No. They say you see big cars in Hollywood. So, what do you mean so? You wouldn't get an opportunity to see so many cars, very huge mansions. So, what do you mean so? You will get to see the actors. Okay, what do they do? What do you mean, what do they do? You are going to meet Will Smith. So, what do you mean so? It's such a nice thing to go and meet them. And do what? Take an autograph. So, if I question like that, then there is no feeling. If there is no feeling, there is no craving. Because it is just a so. If I ask that friend of mine who wanted to take me to Hollywood, if I ask him, what's the difference between Hollywood, what's the difference between Will Smith and me? He'll say he's an actor. I say, so what? He has a lot of money. So what? He has big home. So what? And he says, you've gone mad. I'll ask him, let me ask you another question. Does he eat? Yes, he does. Does he shit? Yes, he does. Does he urinate? That's exactly what he does. Does he take bath? Yes. Does he wear dress? Yes. I'm also doing the same thing. Whatever you are said, yes, I'm exactly doing the same thing. Do I require a car to travel from place A to place B? Yes. Does he also require a car to go from place A to place B? Yes. Does he get tired? Yes. Does he get into helpless state? Yes. Does he get diseases? Yes. Is he going to die? Yes. So what's the point are you trying to tell me that I should go and see someone who exactly does what I do? And that's the end of suffering. Because we all are doing the same exact thing. So you require shelter. You have taken it in Hollywood, but it's still a shelter. You are sheltering a body which requires a shelter. It requires a prison. Maybe you have a bigger prison with 9 or 10 rooms, but still a prison. If you feel uneasy in the stomach, you require a toilet. No matter you have 100 toilets, you're exactly going to do the same damn thing. whether it is Hollywood or Bollywood or whichever route it is, you have to take a paper and clean your thing out. Nothing anyone can. And once you do that, you feel again hungry. Again, you have to refuel it, and you have to bathe it, and you have to brush it, and you have to comb it, and you have to dress it, and you have to take a transport to go from place A to place B, and then you take it to hospital. You have to get it repaired. You have to go for maintenance, called as annual maintenance check. Okay, you have to show your blood sugar. You have to show your heart, lungs, liver, intestine, blah blah. And if there are some changes, you have to take it to the hospital. You have to get yourself admitted and take the pain of maintaining this body. If you get fever, if the body gets fever, you can't taste the food. And you have to wear shoes. So much of maintenance. Is it worth the pain of taking for pleasure? No. But can I drop the feeling? Yes. And there ends the game. Now the craving is gone forever. Because you're no longer feeding. The vijnana, not fed. The phassa, contact is not happening. And there is no intention, mano sanchetan. All the three going away. You just eat having food as food. Doesn't matter whether it's Las Vegas, Los Angeles, San Francisco, New York, Denver, whatever, Alaska or Anchorage, and the last and the beautiful one, Hawaii Islands. So should you travel to America? Yeah, you can. 100 times, 500 times, one time, two times. But do you live in America? Yes, I do. But don't live in America, in the mind. That's it. You live in India. I can only say I live. It's neither in India, nor in America, nor anywhere. And that's the end of the feeling. It's a feeling that I'm living in India. It's just a feeling. And that feeling gives me pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral. If I'm not in India, will I get any feeling at all? Same way, if I stay in Australia or in America, it gives me a feeling of pleasant or unpleasant and neutral. So when I land in Australia, if I start getting into the feeling, this country looks good by the road or by traffic sense or by stay or the money, etc. Then comes craving, because now when compared to India, Australia is a better place to stay. What do? I need to find a job in Australia. Obviously, I have to find someone who will give me a job. Then what do? Migrate to Australia. Then what do I find? The same job what I was doing in India is the same thing. There's no difference. Politics remains the same. The work culture remains the same. Competition remains the same. Market issues remain the same. Everything remains the same. But I get to a feeling it's a better place to stay. But if I really observe, the toilet seat remains the same, the bed remains the same, the house remains the same, not worth it. So, what should I do? Don't migrate in the mind. Because craving is a mental creation. And so the feeling. If I cut Mano Sanchetana Ahara, that's it. Yes, Anusha, see you again later. Good night. Night? Oh, sorry, it's afternoon. Okay, all right. So, should we end for today then?